How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So, it's Wednesday. What do I like to do on Wednesdays? I like to show you what I got in from CGC this week. I get a ton of stuff in. I'm just going to showcase a few things. Like I got pretty much a complete run of like Star Wars books from I think issue 40 all the way up to issue 100. But I'm not going to show you all those. I've shown you before. I like to pick books that are kind of interesting, maybe something you've never seen before, and maybe something that sparks an interesting story I could talk about. Things like that. Again, all this stuff is for sale. I'll tell you the prices, kind of like what I thought I would get and what it actually did get back from CGC. All these are up right now at collectorscomics.com. If you want any of these, they're going to go live on our website now, but then we put them up on eBay on the weekend, on Saturday. So if you're signed up to our website, you get first pick of these. All right, so let's just jump right into what did I get this week. Like I said, a bunch of stuff, but let's just start off with this book right here. We got a Tales from the Crypt 24. This is a pretty cool cover. I think it's a zombie cover. Yeah, it's a zombie cover kind of thing. Yeah, this one I thought would be about a 3.0. Actually came back a 2.0, so not as good. This one's up for $11.99. These books are actually pretty rare, these older ones. The reason why I got the 2.0 is because the cover is detached. I thought they'd be a little more lenient on it, but it wasn't. I mean, it still looks really nice, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, didn't get the 3.0 like I thought. This one up here, Terry Toons, what number is this? 50. This is the first appearance of Heckle and Jekyll. I believe they're two crows. I don't think they're still around today. But anyways, you got Mighty Mouse on the cover. First to Heckle and Jekyll. These Terry Toons. What did I say? Tiny Toons? Yeah, Terry Toons are pretty rare. I thought this would be a 5.0. It got a 6.5. Crazy. It's interesting. A lot of times I'll grade I grade all these before I send them out. In some boxes I'm just it's oh, bad, bad, bad. And then other boxes it's good, 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 good. It's just CGC is, yeah. It doesn't matter. CGC, CBS, they're all inconsistent. This one was interesting because I had one bad box, one average box, and then one good box. This one is listed for $7.99. All right. We got Tomb of Dracula #1, first appearance of Dracula in the Marvel comic universe. And I thought this would be a 5.0 to a 5.5. I got a 7.0. So way above what I thought. This, like I said, this is the good box. So we're going through some better ones that I got. Very interesting. So this one's up for $5.99. I mean, after looking at it again, because there's some light tanning, like browning. You know how some of these books can kind of get that brown tanning look? And a lot of times they really hammer a book for that, which I think is unjust. Staining and browning, I think they sometimes unjustly hammer a book for. But yeah, they didn't. So this one up here, Tomb of Dracula #10, first appearance of Blade, which they're making a movie of, and they did before with Wesley Snipes back in the 90s. I thought this would be a 2.0. It got a 1.0. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some water damage stuff, and the back cover's not the great. I don't think it's a 1.0. There's just a ton of staining, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. To me, staining sucks. But you can still see the cover. There's staining all through this Dracula, right? You can still see the red Dracula. It's to me, it's I don't know. I'm in disagreements there with staining. All right, next we got some of these cool monster books. These are reprints usually of covers from Tales of Suspense, Tales of Astonish, things like that. I wonder if it tells me what it is on there. No, it doesn't tell me where it's from. But this is Where the Monsters Dwell, #3. I thought it'd be 9.4. Got a 9.6, so that's pretty nice. Tomb of Dracula, sorry, is $5.99. This one is $2.29 for this Where Monsters Dwell. All right, we got #4. I thought this would be a 9.4. Got a 9.6. $2.29. This one right here, #5. I thought it'd be a 9.2 to a 9.4. Got the 9.6. I got a whole run of these out there. Those were the better ones. Number 5 would be 189. This one right here, what number is this? Number 11. I thought this would be a 92 to 94. Got a 75. Doesn't always work out in the favor. Reason why I want to showcase this one is after looking at it, there was this back cover kind of crease that I missed. This is definitely not a 7.5. I'm sorry, it is not. This would probably grade at about with that back crease. It barely breaks color. It's hard to see. I'd probably say put in like 8.5, maybe even a 9.0. But the problem with this one is the cost to get it graded is what are the ratings and prices to? $35 now, I think, because this is pre-75. It's going to be $35. It's not even worth sending it to get graded at this point. So it's kind of like you got to, sometimes you take a big loss and it's just like, whatever. Like if I just put more money into it, I'm not going to get any more out of it. So whatever. I remember someone was in the comments. I did my video on CGC prices. And a lot of people mentioned that, hey, when you say it was 25 weeks for CBCS, they count actual weeks as opposed to 150 days for CGC. They do working days. Yes, I made that mistake. But to be fair, these are all, or at least this box over here, these ones, supposed to be 160 working days. I got them back in 140 days. Not working days, actual days. So I got them back sooner. I don't know. But then again, they could be later. I have other boxes that are later than that. So that's why it's kind of like, oh, okay. And I didn't calculate in membership fees because there's membership fees on CGC and CBCS. I just did their flat fee. All right, moving on. We got X-Men number 9. This one I thought would be a 5.5. Got a 4.0. Not very good. This one's at 5.79. This book, I think, honestly, will be a good book to have in the future. I could see the MCU doing something like this, an X-Men versus Avengers thing. I could see it. Not saying it'll happen, but I could see it, something like that. After looking at this book, I thought it could probably get a better grade, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth sending because this would cost me, a lot more to send. All right, next we got up here is X-Men 10. I thought it'd be 5.0. It came back with 5.0 qualified. I must have missed the fact that it's missing a third wrap. One of those things. Fell through the cracks. Whatever. It's up for $3.49. Generally speaking, depending on the book, if it's missing a page and it's qualified, I would, on the low end, you get about 30% of its value. So if this was like a $1,000 book, let's say, on the low end, you're going to get about $300. That's like the low end. I would say generally, though, you're getting about half to a little over half, anywhere from 50 to 75%. It depends on the book and the key. Like, you're not going to get Fantasy 15 and get it for 30% of the non-qualified version. No. You would probably, if it was Fantasy 15, it's probably closer to like 80 or 85%. But yeah, so it really depends on the book and the key of the book and stuff like that. So this is old X-Men, first Kazar, stuff like Silver Age Kazar, stuff like that. So if it's like a modern book that no one really cares about, you're getting like 30% of value. All right. Next up, we got X-Men 14. I thought this would be 4.5. Got a 5.0, right? Did I get a 5.0? Yes, I got a 5.0. So that worked out pretty well. 7.49. All right, what else do we got? Move. All right, let's do this stack over here. I always kind of like this cover coming up. Iron Man 282. This is the first full War Machine. I believe he had a cameo appearance the one before. And I thought it'd be 9.2. Got a 9.4. This is 279. I always love that cover. I also got a newsstand version of this as well. I sent in a bunch of these. I am going to get hammered on these because they're red hot and now they've cooled off. I should have known better. Anyways, Marvel Comics presents 72. I thought it'd be 9.8. Got 9.6. I looked at it again. It can't get the 9.8. This book always makes me laugh. Spider-Man #1. Thought it'd be a 9.8. Got a 9.8. From 1990, Todd McFarlane. Great cover. Love it. All that stuff. The reason why it makes me laugh is because I would buy comic books when they were new in the 90s during this. I had a ton of these because I remember my dad going to the San Diego Comic-Con. This is a crazy story. Going to the San Diego Comic-Con, and we had a booth. And right across the booth was a guy who had, 50 long boxes or something of all these comic books. And at the end of the convention, everyone's packing up. There's no more attendees in there. It's just the people that had the booths. And we're packing up and stuff like that. And the guy across is basically, he picked out a few things and then he was just kind of leaving. And I remember I asked him, I was like, wait, are you just leaving all this stuff here? And he's like, yeah, I don't want it. And I'm like, you brought all these comics to this convention and then you're just going to leave them? He's like, yeah, well, I'm into these comics for pennies on the dollar. I just come here, sell as many as I could. And he's like, it's going to cost me so much more money to ship them all back. It's not even worth it. And I was like, can I have some? He's like, take as many as you want. And so my dad was like, whoa. We have a bunch of stuff already. He's like, I'll allow each of you to have, was it 2 long boxes or 1 long box? I think it might have been 1 long box. I had a bunch of brothers and stuff. So we each got 1 long box. So I went through and picked, I got a bunch of these. I got a bunch of X-Men 281. I remember that one. And then I got a ton of stuff. The guy had this runs and duplicates of a bunch of stuff. But at the time, this was brand new, right? It was brand new comics. It wasn't, they weren't that old. It might have been 95 or something like that. 94. I don't know. I can't remember the exact year. But yeah, I got a bunch of this stuff. And it's always funny is my dad, he also bought a huge collection before he retired and sold his business. And I had to go through that collection. No joke, long boxes of just this book. And it always amazes me every time I see this price now, because a 9.8, we're going to list it for $119. This book was a nothing book. You couldn't get rid of it for $1. And now it's $100. It's always funny. I don't know. I find that very humorous. Anyways, Star Wars 42, First Boba Fett. And this one, I thought it'd be 8.5. Got an 8.5, 489. These have been flying off the shelf since the TV show, which I watched the first episode. It was okay. It's just kind of I want to watch The Mandalorian. Strange Tales 178. Thought this would be 8.0. Got a 9.4. 9.4. And I'm like, okay, maybe I made a mistake, right? Maybe I graded this too harshly or something. I look at this book again, and it has a lot of color rub. I don't know how to explain it. But to me, it's a nice looking book, but it has this color rub. Maybe I was being a little too harsh, but to be honest, I don't think this is a 9.4. I don't even think it's a 9.2. If they would have gave it an 8.5, sure. A 9.0, I think a 9.0 is kind of pushing it. 9.4, sorry. But, hey, who am I one to disagree with the almighty CGC? Anyways, Strange Tales 178, $7.99. To be honest, I don't know. Look at the pictures on our website. We have huge pictures of these books. You can see everything in detail, front and back, on our website. And you let me know in the comments below what you think this grade actually is. Do you think this is a 9.4? I'm telling you, it has this weird color rub. Just look at the pictures on our website, and you comment below what you think. collectorscomics.com if you think that this should have got the 9.4. I don't. But anyways, here we got First Bishop. 9.4 got the 9, right? Is this the 9.4? Yeah, 9.4. I'm sorry, I have another one. 9.4 got the 9.4. $65. What If? First, Jane Foster as Thor. Thought it'd be an 8.0, and I got the 8.5. Oops. Got the 8.5. Yeah, not much to say about that. Popular book right now. Oh, interesting thing. It's always weird. I get these collections in always like 2 or 3 years too early. I got a massive collection of Returnals, literally like 1 through whatever it goes to, 16 or 17 or something like that, 18, I have no idea anymore. And all like 9.0s and 9.8s, tons of 90s. I'm talking like 20, 30, 50 copies of each. I also got this, a complete run of What Ifs, probably 20 to 30 copies of each. I think I got 20 copies of this. We sent in a few to CGC, got a few 9.8s. Because at the time, before they announced Jane Foster was going to be Thor, it was like it wasn't really worth anything. And then all of a sudden, I remember we picked these books up for nothing. And it's like, we already sold like so many of them, right? And they weren't even worth sending to CGC. But I kept a few back to send to CGC. And then they came back like 9.8s, 9.6s and stuff. And I think they sold for like, one of them at the time was like $1,000, $1,200, and I was like, oh my gosh. We were into these books for like $10 or something a piece. I don't know, something ridiculous. But like at the time when we bought them, they weren't worth anything. All right, back to the very end of the stuff. I'm just going to show you a few Star Wars stuff that we've got in. I thought this would be a 9.8, got a 9.8. Nothing really too special. A bunch of 9.6s and 9.8s of these Star Wars. What number is this? 87. Thought it'd be a 9.8. Got a 9.8. So that box wasn't too interesting. It was just mostly a bunch of Star Wars that came back anywhere from 9.4s, 9.6s, 9.8s. All kind of like what I thought or around it. This one was the only one in this box that I was blown away. Blown away. Yes, blown away. This is X-Men 130. Got a 9.8. I thought this would be a 9.6. I still don't think it's a 9.8, but whatever, right? This book, we were listing for $24.99. It jumps up insanely amount when you get that 9.8. Just like sometimes the luck just falls. And this one fell really, really nice on this one. So overall, I would say that this batch of stuff that I got back, yeah, I got some ones that I was like, oh, this is a 9.6 and it gets like a 9.2 or whatever. You know, that's common. But it's like, if you get that jump from a 9.6 to 9.8 on certain books like this one, it makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. So yeah. But yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. I mean, I still think it's a 9.6, but whatever, right? I also thought some of these other ones were better grades than they got. But yeah, so just giving you my honest opinion. But yeah, this is not anything. I thought there was more to it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, go to collectorscomics.com if you want to check this stuff out. Let me know on that book, that Strange Tales 178, if you guys actually thought, if you agree with CGC or agree with my grade. I'm going to bet that you guys probably agree closer to my grade. I don't know. I look at it, I'm like, whatever. I mean, but then again, like on that Tomb of Dracula and stuff like that, I think they overly harshly grade staining when they don't need to. And yeah. Like a 1.0, like to me, a 1.0 is like missing chunks. Everything is torn out of it. You can't even look at the cover. Like this one, you can look at the cover and you can see what's going on. That to me shouldn't be a 1.0. You know, whatever. All right. Have a great day.